Yes, the two eldest brothers, James and William, went to Australia, and all trace of them was subsequently lost. And we can only conclude that possibly the ship was lost at sea, or that perhaps they were illiterate and thus unable to communicate with their parents. Or indeed, you see, there may have been some kind of family upset which meant that they no longer wished to keep in touch.
But it might well be that their descendants, maybe Martin, among the Pascoe trig in Australia, that perhaps the descendants are still living there. But you wouldn't know.
Well, that certainly is a possibility, and certainly it's true to say that there are many, many Pascoes in Australia today. In the case of my grandfather, after his working in Wheel Margaret, the next thing that happened was that he took a post on the island of Islay, off the coast of Scotland, working there in a lead mine. And what interests the family very, very much is that after he became established there, my grandmother, with 4 of her children, sailed from Hale in a sailing ship to join him on Islay. And they encountered atrocious weather in the Irish Sea, and it took the sailing ship 3 weeks to reach the island of Islay.
Ito Alan, peth of Horfigans and Raymond and Taylor Hartner.
Well, after staying for some time on Islay, where another son was born, the family moved yet again to another lead mine in Kirkcudbrightshire. This was situated some 3 miles away in the mountains from the little village of Kirkfairn. And this village was custom built. The miners, many of whom were Cornish, lived in purpose-built barracks. There was a school. They had gardens and certainly grew vegetables there. They probably got fish from the stream which runs through the property. But it is, to this day, really a very desolate site. And we try to imagine what it must have been like for my grandmother to bring up 5 children on that remote location. Following on from there, my grandfather was next appointed captain of another lead mine at Llanrhaeadr in Mochnant in the Berwyn Mountains of North Wales. And he was to remain there for the next 10 years, in the course of which he, his wife, and all the children became Welsh speaking. We have had the good fortune to visit the mine there, which rejoiced in the name of Craggy Moon, which in Welsh just means hill of lead. And once again, it is in a beautiful scenic location, but very, very isolated indeed, some 6 miles away from the small town of Llanrhaeadr.